Hello everyone and welcome back to another weekly recap with me. And this time we're doing the week of the 21. I want to be real with all of you. Some of you might be following the channel for a bit and seeing those weekly recaps. I want to say that whatever I'm sharing are my usually good trades. I want to be real with every one of you and to show you that this week was a bit bad. If you remember last recap, Friday was great and we did almost 10% on the portfolio. And with that, what happened is that I got overtraded multiple times this week. We can see from TradeZilla recap, Monday was very small trade, got stopped out and left. Next Tuesday was 9 trades, really bad. We'll dive into it. Then Wednesday, 1 small trade and I left the computer. Tuesday, lots of trade. I will talk about them. And then Friday was all in all as I want to handle myself. And we end the week in the red, but I learned a lot from this week. We'll dive into the trades if you want to learn those and what happened, and when there is something interesting to say about how I handled those trades and behaved, or the day in general, I'll talk about them. But let's dive into those trades. Okay, so this is Monday. We can see basically 1 day daily time based, 30 minutes and 90 minutes. We didn't really get the rejection that I want to see, and this is an issue I noticed throughout the week, and next we'll talk about how I handled it. But we got this rejection again. It's not from that area, which is both places where they are intersect. It's from only the 30 minutes, so this one is not really valid, yet I still tried to enter here. We can see this look back. If I remember, this is 3 hours and got stopped. Now we touch this area and now we could search for an entry, but I already understood this probably not going to be the best day for me, and I left the computer. So this was Monday loss. Very small one, only 1 trade, and this is great. Okay, so this is Tuesday. We can see on the left I have 1 short that the idea here was I understand that price wants to go down to those PDAs, so I will short here. We can see all in all I was right. The execution was not that good because I got because the price reverts and took me out, then got inside. Again, this is not really my strategy, so I did it here with a low risk. Then I saw this rejection and said to myself, okay, let's get in, but got stopped here. And then I saw the price doing better in Bitcoin, so I entered this long position here, which handled pretty well. Here I got to my take profit 1 to 6, but my issue was that my risk management was too low. So like it saved some settings for me, so the risk settings was too low, and then my mental game was really low because I told myself, hey, on Friday I did great, like how now? Because here I had 2 bad trades and this one here didn't got my money back, so I ended up in red, a small red, but still, and this nagged me throughout the day, which got me into PM session to trade, which is not in my trading plan because I like to trade energy, which is market open or news. So this what got me to have 9 trades in Tuesday and get to minus 8% on my portfolio. Then I understood I need to do some more internal work to understand how to handle those days. I talked with fellow traders. They gave me some great tips that works for me, which basically yesterday earning are not for us to lose today. It's for me to earn more, and I should have closed the computer here, take my day, say thank you to the world for giving me this great trading day with some insights, and leave. But what actually happened is that I continue to trade in PM session without really a plan, just revenge trade on the graph, which is not something we want to do. I won't get into it because there isn't really something to show, but it is something to talk about. We do need to understand that every trader gets to that. Every trader have that mental breakdown and try to revenge trade in the graph, and that's okay to revenge trade because that's who we are. We want to be successful, and it's hard to see red days, but we need to see our success in if we handled our trade correct, if we entered based on our plan, how did we handle in the stop loss. Those are the process that we want to have. We want our focus to be on the road and not on the goal. So this is something I had to sharpen to myself. And let's dive into Wednesday, which again, another very small trade, but let's see. Okay, so this is Wednesday. We can see again, price reacts here. We get this pushback. This is a London session, and I got to this small trade. I advanced my stop loss and got stopped out, and we can see this is where my stop loss is. We got this swing low, then price push higher, but then reverse, and I got stopped out here. Almost 1-to-1, I'm fine, and closed my computer for the day, because what happened the day before, we don't want to continue trading. We want to keep our money in a safe place. Whenever we trade, we risk that money, and we need to keep that in mind. Okay, this is Wednesday. If you remember from the screenshot, I took 6 trades here. Again, this is more than my planning. I had a lot of mental work to do as the recap of this week. But what happened is we have news at 8:30 and at 9:45, and my plan for today was to trade from 10, this one, to 10:30. But this is something I learned about myself. I need to hide all the drawings, all the indicators, because they interrupt with my understanding of the graph. I saw the price react here, and I was like, okay, maybe we can start trade here, and I ditched my plan. Those failed, as we can see, went lower. Then here, if I remember correctly, I tried to take my first trade, and then I got this huge 1-to-15 trade that handled just perfect, and I took my profits here. If I would keep my trading plan in mind and did not press any buttons before 10, because that's what I planned, and then here I probably taken only 4 trades. But if I would again hide everything and just keep this area in mind, and I did here this kill zone, which means I want to see, when I trade, I only want to see this. This I know that I want price to react to this area at that time. If so, I enter a trade based on whatever each of us can find its own way to get into a trade. But first, this one I want the price to do. This is what I did on Friday. Okay, and this is Friday. We can see now I have this kill zone, which means that I actually traded this one, when the graph looks like this. So I don't want to see anything else. This helps me to focus on my area. But for us, I will drop it. Then I got this rejection. I remember being in the 1 minute time frame with where is that look back? If I remember correctly, this one, yeah, this is Q2. With this look back, entered a bit late, so still stop loss is here because I want price to respect it, and then I ended it in the 1 minute time frame. We can see pretty fast. I took 1-to-5, which is the previous quarter high here, Then I waited to price to retrace, advanced my stop here because this is the next swing high, and got stopped out after a few minutes. I think here I got stopped. But basically, what I learned from this week is that I need for myself, I need clean graph. I want to see only my place of interest, which is here, without everything else, because this confused me. I want my graph to be as clean as possible, which will help me trade better. If you also encounter these issues, just think to yourself what the future you, which is a successful trader, would do. This is what I'm doing. Every time I have this mental drop, I open a notebook and start to write what my future self would do, how would he behave, how he handled those trades. Ask myself a lot of questions about how my future self, which is a successful trader, would behave. And then it helps me. As we can see, Friday was much better. And I hope you also can take those lessons I learned for you. And I'll see you on the next recap. Bye bye.